Hello, Knights fans, and welcome to another edition, the 7th edition of the Knights Baseball Roundup. The sun is out today, but yet it is still frigid. It's very windy. Gary, why'd you bring me out to the Nine Family Baseball Complex?
Well, ever since we've been outside, we've been winning. So because of that, we're staying outside. That's how it works.
Superstitions of baseball, it goes hand in hand, and winning you have been doing. It's 4 in a row, dating back to the second game against UMass Lowell. You got St. Peter's last Tuesday, and then a doubleheader sweep against Lehigh just yesterday. Correct. And that makes you guys top of the Northeast Conference currently, 6-6 at 500 right now. Sitting pretty right now, early in the season, very early. But give me some thoughts about the overall state of the team the last week and a half.
Well, we still got some pretty tough non-conference games ahead, but obviously we've been doing what we have to do. I mean, I'm very happy with the way the team's playing. I'm very happy with the progress they're making and with their general attitudes and adjustments. I mean, we've come from behind 3 games in a row now to win. That says a lot about their character, and it has to carry over into the real season, into the conference season, and hopefully there's signs that it will.
All right, before we get forward with reviewing the Lehigh games on Sunday, we have Red McGarry's Alumni Question of the Week this week. Take it away, Red and Gary.
Yeah, well, obviously we kind of challenged Red last week on the show, and he did send in a question, and a good one at that. And one of the things Red talked about was that back in his day, the team used to go to Florida every year to kick off the season and get some games in nice warm weather, some practices, and that he felt that was big on developing the team. And we do agree with him, and I'm working on trying to get a Florida trip. One of the issues we have is we can never do it during spring break because the end of spring break is usually the start of the conference season. So to go down there and not be able to use any main pitchers doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But I am looking into trying to maybe go to Florida for 5 days in February, do a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday deal, and get some games in there. But it's definitely a good idea, Red, and we're definitely looking into it.
Yeah, North Carolina, what you had planned down in somewhat south is one thing. Seattle's a complete another ball game, but Florida, that's where you want to be when you got this weather going on, right?
I started my career as a high school coach. My first varsity job was in Fort Myers, Florida, and I never got rained out in 4 years. I was the head coach because you just wait a half hour and you played. It was southern tip of on the Gulf Coast, and it was gorgeous every day. So, yeah, I'm more than happy to take the team down there.
It sounds like a dream compared to where we are right now, but it is beautiful. We are playing here at home, and all right, let's review. Lehigh came to the Nine Family Baseball Complex. Now, Game 1 was just a really crazy game, despite it being short. It was just a tick under 2 hours long.
9 innings.
9 innings, but 9 innings, just a tick under 2 hours long. But it goes to show, it was a pitcher's duel all the way. Lehigh grabbed a run, a single run late in the game, and in the bottom of that frame, I believe it was the 7th, right. You guys, up to that point, and being no hit by a guy that was really in a groove, Pat McClure with 2 outs walks. And then Joel Roman, who we will have after our interview is done, we're going to speak to him. But he walks up with 2 outs, 1 on. I don't think he's thinking homer or anything. He's just thinking about getting on base against this guy. He smacks a 2-run bomb. You guys end up winning with 1 hit. So give me thoughts about Game 1 against Lehigh there.
Yeah, that was an absolutely incredible game. Joe Flack started for the first time all year. He gave us 4 great innings. We had told him he had a 50-pitch count. Got through 4 innings on exactly 50 pitches, which was great to see him back on the mound. Walked nobody, struck out 4, did a great job for us. And then we brought in Logan, and Logan pitched 5 solid innings. So, getting back 2 of our main conference starters was a big highlight for that game to begin with. And then the fact that we were able to pull out a victory was even more special. Joel got up in the bottom of the 7th, man on first, 2 out, nobody on. This is, we did this at St. Peter's too. It was 5-2, 1 out, nobody on, and all of a sudden, boom, 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 and we have the lead 15 pitches later, like you said. Well, this was 4 pitches later, 4-pitch walk to McClure, and I think 2 pitches into the at-bat, Joel's putting 1 over the fence. And when you get 1 hit in a game and make it stand up and get a 2-1 victory, that's pretty incredible.
Now, before we get to game 2, I mean, we got to talk about the returning pitchers there, Flack and Fratty. I mean, you know that they're on a pitch limit. They haven't pitched in a few weeks, a couple weeks in Logan's case, but you're probably not expecting zeros from them right off the bat. But yet here they coming out there and they're doing it. So give me some thoughts about their performance.
Well, you know what? I am expecting zeros from them. I mean, Logan's proven over and over again that he's a main pitcher for us. And Joe Flack, you know, last year Joe Flack as a freshman pitched 6 games in a row where he gave up 3 runs or less. And I mean, the kid's shown he's solid, and I'm expecting big things out of both of them this year. I see no reason why they can't keep us in every game all year long that they pitch. Same thing with Borelli, and obviously McGrath, which we'll talk about in a little bit, had another phenomenal outing. So, you know, right now, if the 4 starting pitchers can settle in, given that we have injuries to a couple other guys who are out for the year, that was a tremendous lift to watch Joe and Logan pitch that day.
Game 2 is more of the same, a come-from-behind victory, down 3-2, but you were down 3-0 after the first. Ryan McGrath, who's been very solid early in this campaign, he comes out, he gives up a 3 spot in the first, but he settles down tremendously after that. Come-from-behind victory, and then you got Eric Snyder, the all-time saves leader in this program. He comes out again, shuts the door in impressive fashion, striking out the side. Give me some thoughts about Game 2 there.
Yeah, well, in fairness to Ryan McGrath, he gave up a 2-run homer in the first inning that I thought was a good pitch. That the kid Garzillo, Mike Garzillo for Lehigh did a great job. I thought he did a great job of going with the pitch. The pitch was down and away, and he homered over the right field wall to give them a 2-0 lead. The third run was totally at fault. It was an error. And as much as it's a physical error, I already talked to Matty about it, that it was also a mental error. They had a man on second with 2 out, and it was a slow hit grounder, and Matty rushed the play and ended up throwing the ball in the dirt. And it was the catcher running, and there was no need for that. And that's kind of some of the stuff that when you're a young player that you don't think about, that at this level you got to start taking into account who's the batter, who's up. Do I have time? You know, I mean, not everyone's the leadoff hitter running well. And those are all important factors, and it's a learning experience. And I would have been real upset at the time. It was 3-2, and if we had lost because of that one run, you know, and to take nothing away from Matty. Matty's been a phenomenal shortstop. Our left side of the infield is as good defensively as I've ever had. I mean, between Bobby Romano making the plays he's making at third and Matt, you know, I just love the ball being hit on the left side. So it just would have been hard to lose the game 3-2, knowing that it was as much a mental error as a physical error, and we'd recovered from it. I mean, I told him chip away. We got 1 run in the, I think, bottom of second, another run in the bottom of third, and came to the bottom of 6th of a 7-inning game, and it was crunch time, and sure enough, we put up a 2-spot. Dylan Sprague hits a sac fly to give us the lead, and they actually gave us the tie. They tried to pick off at first and threw the ball down the right field line, so that was kind of a freebie to tie the game, which was nice. And then, like you said, I mean, Eric Snyder, 26 saves in 30 tries in his career here, stayed on the mound and won 2 of the saves he blew. So when you got a kid that 28 out of 30 times gives you a W, I go to him. I mean, I almost blew the first game because I let Logan start the 9th inning with a 1-run lead, and he gave up a hit. And I was like, what am I doing? I got the greatest closer of my career and the greatest closer in school sitting down in the bullpen. What am I waiting for? And he's been money in the bank.
I mean, the stat you threw out to me before we started here is also telling. He's 2-0. He's got 4 saves. Of the 6 wins, he's been involved in all 6.
Yeah, and that's why I tried to get away with trying to not use him that one game, and sure enough, it almost bit me. And, you know, I told the kids, I said, that was a totally bad job on my part. Nothing against Logan. I love Logan. He's terrific. But Eric's Eric, and, you know, this is the kid who's thrown the last inning for us in every key win. So, you know, any close game, he's got to be the guy with the ball. And he proved once again, you know, saved my butt a little bit because he induced a double play right away, which, you know, so here we go, 2 out, nobody on, and then he records the win in game 1. And then, you know, I asked him, do you have anything left for game 2? And he said, I'll be there. And sure enough, I needed him. And sure enough, he was there. So I can't say enough great things about him. He's just, without question, the best closer I've ever coached.
All right, a short week, just 2 games of supposed to be 4, but the Saturday doubleheader canceled, got Sunday going. So not a lot. We talked a lot just now, but only 2 games to talk about. Now we're previewing a lot. You got Monmouth on Wednesday. These are 3 straight road games. Monmouth on Wednesday, NYIT, New York Tech Thursday. 3 games on 3 days against Seton Hall. And then you got NY Tech again on Monday. And we'll be reviewing all that next week. But let's start with Monmouth. Let's start with the Hawks there. Give me a little preview about them. Wednesday, 3 p.m.
Monmouth, Dean Hall and I go way back, about 25 years or so. We coached against each other in Division III back in like 1989, so we go a long way back. He was at Uppsala College, which I don't even think exists anymore, and I was at SUNY Westbury, so I know Dean a long time, consider him a good friend. There's talk about that game maybe being switched here because, as you know, the reason we didn't play Saturday was because of the snow. Right. Field being covered with snow again.
Of course.
So we're not sure yet what's the story for Wednesday's game. It might be home. Monmouth's always a tough uphill battle. They're always well coached. They always have solid pitching. They hit the ball. They don't beat themselves. You know, my record against Monmouth has not been real impressive, to be honest, since I've been here. So it'd be nice, now that they're not an NEC team, it'd be nice to beat them.
Absolutely. Thursday, NY Tech. Now you're also playing them on Monday. Tuesday, sorry. Yeah. Thursday is away. Tuesday will be at home. Give me a little general scouting report on both games.
Yeah, New York Tech is actually playing much better this year. They only won 4 games last year. They were 4-46 last year. They're 2-3, I think, as of right now this year, and they've already beaten one of the teams in our conference. They beat LIU the other day, so they're definitely a better team on the upswing. It's a non-conference game. We're going to try to give some guys some playing time that haven't gotten a lot of playing time because we need to get ready for the conference and we need to know what our guys can do. So over this week, I plan to try to play a couple of the guys that haven't gotten as many at-bats as I wish I could have gotten them, but a lot of that has to do with 5 games being canceled already. So I want to try to make sure before the league starts, we get some guys some time. You know, and again, as much as you want to win non-league games, the more important thing now is the conference is only a week and a half away.
Yeah, very important. And before we get there, you got a nice interstate rivalry against Seton Hall coming up. 3 games this weekend, 3 different days. Saturday will be here. They're fielding in good condition to play, so it's going to stay as is right now?
Yeah, Seton Hall's a turf field as well, and I mean, they were ranked 22nd in the country last year when we played them. We lost them 3-1. We had them up. We were up 1-0 in the 8th inning of the 3rd game and dropped a pop-up. So we gave them a great series last year. I'll be more than happy if we could perform that way again, repeat that performance, and maybe sneak out a win. That'd be great.
There you go, and that'll do it. We just succinctly, I might add, previewed the 3 teams in 6 days they'll be playing. The Knights will be playing over the next week. Before we get to reviewing all that, on next week's Knights Baseball Roundup, we have Joel Roman just a second away from joining me. And just any other thoughts you got about before we end this 7th edition?
Yeah, I just want to say about Joel. I mean, they clutch hit to win that game, and Joel's come up with a lot of clutch hits in his career here already. He actually led the conference in doubles last year, and you know, he's always shown he's got a solid bat. He's a team player. Whatever you ask out of him, he's always willing to do. So he's just a quality kid. He's the Harvey Wood Scholarship recipient. And you know, as Dennis O'Brien said to me one day when we talked about it, he said after talking with him and everything, he says he knows he's the right kid to have that award. And I believe that 1,000%. He's appreciative. You just don't find a better kid. So very happy for him.
All right, thank you, Gary. Another edition in the books, 7th. We will have the 8th next week, and best of luck this weekend in all your games. You got a bunch.
Yep, thanks. Hopefully we get to play them. That's the key.
All right, Joel, in a second. After this break, thank you for watching the Knights Baseball Roundup. Again, thank you, Gary, again. Stick around.
The world has changed, and Fairleigh Dickinson University is doing something about it.
The biggest thing FDU has to offer is their global education.
Undergrad, master's, doctorate, whatever it is that you're looking for, they have so many different opportunities for so many different interests.
We give opportunities for people to change the way they view themselves and their world.
It's given me a chance to succeed.
They've made my dream come true.
I love it. I would choose no other place.
Okay, back here on the Knights Baseball Roundup, I am joined by Junior Joel Roman. Joel, thank you for joining me on the Knights Baseball Roundup. This is 3 years in a row, right? Yep. All right. Excellent. We got to talk about the most obvious thing, as we were just talking with Coach Puccio about it. Your big hit on yesterday. Up until that point, being no hit, you know, teams just trying to get on base against this guy. He's in a groove. What was your mindset going up? We got Pat McClure on first base, 2 outs late in the game. What was your mindset when you approached?
Well, Pat just got walked on 4 balls straight, I think. So I was just trying to get a fat fastball so I could drive in the gap or something to get Pat in scoring position. Other than that, I just taking my pitch, making sure I was patient, getting my pitch to hit. That's about it.
When you hit it, how'd you feel? I mean, did you just know it was gone?
Yeah, I knew it was gone. It was just a sigh of relief. We played well. Our pitching was there right now. Defensively, we were playing really good, and we're getting our timely hits, which is what coaches preach. TFB, which is Team Family Baseball. So right now we're doing well.
All right, excellent. Let's talk about that team as a whole right now. The last couple of weeks, showing some resiliency. A lot of come from behind wins. 3 straight 1-run games. The team's looking pretty good. Top of the NEC right now. How you guys feeling? What's the mentality?
Right now we're just taking it game by game. We just got to pitch well, pound the zone, can't walk guys, and make sure we stay in the game all 7 or 9 innings. We got to make sure we take it at bat by at bat and make sure everyone has good at bats and everyone play well together as a group.
All right, now let's just talk about, like I asked McGrath last week, just some general goals you have for this season. Last season you already notched, as Gary just said, you led the NEC in doubles. This year you're off to a solid campaign stat-wise. What are some goals you have for your junior campaign?
For some goals, maybe same thing as last year. Drive the ball in the gap, hit some doubles. Maybe got 2 home runs this year already, so maybe have some more of those. And overall, make the NEC playoffs. I want to make the playoffs one year at least. But other than that, just want the team to play well, maybe 25 wins. So
that's not out of the question, I don't think. I mean, now that you start getting farther and farther away from this brutal weather. Yeah, I mean, maybe an NEC tournament berth, huh?
Yeah, hopefully it gets a little warmer for us to play out here. So
it was looking good for a couple of days. We thought we were out of the woods, and all of a sudden I'm back here with, Gary insists on being out here because of superstitions. And I get it, but no, I mean, you guys have been playing excellent, and we're out here despite the cold, and hopefully it gets warmer, but having a great junior campaign. Joel Roman, thank you for taking the time this week with me.
Thank you.
All right, 7th edition's in the books. 8th edition's coming your way next week. Follow along on FDUnites.com, at FDUnites on Twitter. Come out and support your Knights here at the 911 Family Baseball Complex. They're top of the NEC right now at 6-6. Thank you for watching another edition. We'll see you this weekend here in Teaneck.